Yeah, hello guys. I welcome you to Nobuti Fashion channel. So this is the channel that brings you the easiest, fastest and the simplest method on how to draft, cut and sew anything on a men's dress. On today's video, I will show you how you can sew this type of danshiki that I'm putting on. So it's called a danshiki, kimono or mini danshiki, anything you know it as. So if you are new to this channel, please help me hit the subscribe button and turn on your notification bell so that you'll be notified whenever I drop an amazing video like this again. And if you are returning, I thank you for keeping up with Nobuti Fashion channel. So please, now the next thing to do now is to move to the sewing properly. Thank you. So now, if you are yet to see how we did the cutting of this dress, so please refer back to the video on the description box below. So the first thing we have to do here is to stitch the front pleating. So the front pleating, that's what you have to stitch first. So make sure that the line is very straight. So make sure that the line is very straight. So I've used the iron to get the front gaiter on this one. So then just sew it straight like that. Please, if you are here to watch the video on how it's being cut, so please check the video on the description box below. It's there. So now you have to stitch the front like this. That's the pleating. You have to stitch it at the down parts. So this is the neckline also. So you have to tack it here as well. Let me take scissors. So normally the way we do for the back of a kaftan. So now just open it and lay it like this, then stitch the edge, So now the next thing I need to do is to iron the pleating. So now you can iron it from the front first or from the back. So either way it's okay. So please, if you are not using a steam iron, please don't use the iron directly on the clothes. So make sure you find a pressing clothes to first press the clothes before you don't use it iron directly. So and please, let's watch till the end of the video so that you will gain a lot from the video. So there are some things that I explain in the middle which I think will be much beneficial to you. So now just cut it like this, and then this front now it will be a little bit light, so I want to pipe the neck. So what I will do now is to apply cloth stay. So apply a cloth stay or collar stay, so any one of the two, you are good to go with it. So to the neck round, only the front, you don't need to apply it on the back, because at the back we have a facing, so and the facing will make the back to be strong. So you don't need to apply this collar stay on the back. So I'm sure some of us that have watched the video on how to pipe a neckline will understand this better. So if you are yet to watch the video, you can as well watch it for better explanation. So I have dropped video on how to tape a senator dress, so which you can easily get on the channel. So check that out so that whenever you are having your piping, you won't have any challenges again. So now the next thing to do now is to fix the back to the body. So this is the material now. Lay the material like this. So you lay the material like this. You have to lay the facing. Let the facing to be facing front. The facing of the material, the face of the material So let it face the front. This is the face. So now the next thing to do now is to, this is the face, is to lay the face of the front also on at the back. Please, this is applicable, this joining is applicable if you are, if the facing is turning inside. But if you want to turn the facing outside, this facing now will be inside. But if you want to turn the face inside, don't apply this method. This is the front, this is the front as well. So let both front and the front of the material face each other. So the front of the back and the front of the front are facing the face of the back rather, and the face of the front are facing each other. Then you place the back cape or back facing on it and sew it straight. You can see that I've applied facing on the back facing here. So now the next thing to do is to stitch it. You have to stitch the shoulder tiny and make it tiny stitches. So just stitch it straight. Take your time to do here, do it gently so that the line will be very straight and perfect. So just to tack the facing down. So here now the facing, I will just use a hemming gum to gum the facing. So I'm not sewing the facing. So you are just to apply hemming gum on the facing round, then you press it to make it lay, so that the back line will be very very neat. So here now, so now the next thing to do is to apply the piping. So this to apply the piping, but prepare my piping. I just want to cut this out straight, cut it out round, so that the allowance for the folding now, that is what I'm trimming out. You know, we are not folding it, we are piping it. So if you are yet to know how to watch how to make a perfect neckline, so you can as well check the video also on how I cut the neckline. So this will help you in achieving a accurate neckline. So just check out the video in the description button below as well. So now the next thing to do now is to prepare our material for piping. But before I do that, let's see how the neckline is. So this is how the neckline is. The zipper will be on the left side. So now this is the pocket we are using for the clothes. So this is the pocket, and this one will also be at the down part as well. So just iron it out straight like this and shape the edge, shape the two edge, and that is all. So now we have to lay the material for the piping. So this is the material for the piping. So we see that we have to use a stretch area. Please, I'm going back to this because of the people that don't know how to make the piping before. So this guy is not stretching, so this is not what you are using. You can see that this place is a stretching, so it's the stretch area that you will use. Please, if you are enjoying this video, please let me click on the subscribe button so that whenever I drop an amazing video like this again, you'll be seeing it as well. So, and I promise you, subsequent video I'll be dropping different type of dashiki. You know, there are a lot of design on a dashiki. So in the subsequent video I'll be dropping the video on that as well. So that's why you need to turn on your notification bell, so that you'll be notified and you won't miss any part of the training. So now just cut it out like that, and that's a 2.5 inches, and make sure that the material you are using for piping is a stretch material, and then the length of the material now should be longer than the neckline. should be longer than the neckline. So just bend the first side with a half inch straight down. Then the other side also bend it with a half inch. If you are not using a steam iron, just apply water on it. It will make it relax very well. To make it relax very well. So it's due to the material. I cut it on the very stretched side, so that's why it's not relaxing. So now that is it. Just apply it on the middle place. Let's stay till the end of the video so that you will get a perfect result when you are sewing it as it appear on the image. So don't skip any part for you to. But if you have already known how to prepare this pipe, you can just proceed to the next on the video, because I've already dropped about 3 videos on how to pipe a neckline, a perfect method. So explain deeply. So now let's proceed to stitches now, so that you can see it. Let the front be shorter than the back, so that when you are stitching it, it will hold it from the back. So place the material inside like that, and make sure that the neckline is very key into the material. Don't leave any space between the neckline and the taping, so let it deep inside very well. So just sew it straight. So you have to bend your hand, not the material. So let the material curve as it is. You are the one that to bend the material. So just make sure that the neckline is key into the material very well, deeply. So now this is the neckline. Don't straight it, please. Let it bend like that. Don't straight it like this. Let it bend like this. And you have to bend your hand when you are sewing it. So just bend your hand like that. So dip it inside, and don't stretch the material, the taping material. Now don't stretch it, as it is. Just place it on the material as it is. So this strategy is very, very, very helpful if you are stitching, if you are piping stretch material such as a cashmere and then Irish and some other stretch material also. So just apply collar stay on the front. So if you apply collar stay on the front, it is to help the material to be a little bit stronger and to be able to hold the taping, so that when you are stitching it, it will not be stretching as well, because it is a light material. So please, whenever you do this, whatever the result is, please, you can just go to the Telegram group and drop the image there for me to see the result, and I can give you a robust correction on how to achieve a better result than that. Or if it is okay, then you are good to go. So you can as well connect to other designers on the Telegram group as well, and ask any question that's giving you challenges. So now you have to iron it out like this, and make sure that you iron it out and as its neckline normally is. So just make sure you iron it out like that. So don't straight the material. So iron it out as the neckline normally is. So now just get the gaiter for the shoulder. Make sure you get the gaiter at the shoulder line. So if you are not using steaming material ironing, so just place a pressing cloth on it, so that you'll be able to apply pressure very well. So now I want to give shout outs to some of my subscribers. Shout out goes to Chasey Joseph. thank you so much, boss. I really appreciate. So this is the video you are requesting for, and most stitches. A very big thanks to you, madam. I really appreciate you, ma. Thanks for always put your comment through. So now, if you want to also be in the list of the people that will get my shoutouts, all you need to do, if you also want to get my shoutouts, please, all you need to do is to click on the subscribe button. Just click on the subscribe button, like the video, click on the subscribe button, and turn on your notification bell. Then you can then drop a comment. You can see the results, how perfect it is. You can see the results. So now the next thing to do is to fix the pockets. So now this is where the pockets will be. So I've already bent the pocket, so just fix it very close to the front pleating, and then use office pin to hold it like this. And you don't need to fold the down parts because we are joining in the down part of the pocket, so you don't need to bend the down part. Just stitch it straight like this, and that's all. That is all. So now after we just stitch here, so the next thing to do is to put the cover pocket. So now the next thing is to sew the cover on it. So this is the cover now. I've already joined it as well. This is the front. So while the other side is the back. So I turn it is the inside. So after you turn it, you can just stitch the edge like this. You can just stitch the head round. So now you are just to fix it. Just place it very close to the pocket like this, and run it and stitch it straight with a half inch. Make sure you hold the material very firm so that it will not shift, and that place will not shake, so that it will not shift rather. So then top stitch it again to hold it down. I think the thread cuts there, so just make sure you stitch it very well, and your stitches is very straight, so that to make your work to be very neat. I think this it's due to the material, so that's why the thread is cut in there. So now yeah, the next thing is to fix the zipper on the shoulder. So the next thing, please, after you stitch it, make sure you cut all the thread so that your work will be very neat. So now you have to fix a zipper at the side of the dress. So now close it like this again, and set the neckline. Set the neckline like this, and measure, depend on how long you want the opening to be. So for there, let me use a 6 inches. So that's the opening of the side now. So just tack it there and stitch it straight down. So after that, you have to take the invisible zip. Please, if you enjoyed this video, help me hit the subscribe button, please. So now you take the zip, invisible zipper, and then you first tack the other side. So now to connect with the other designers, don't forget to join the Telegram group. in the description box below. So the link is there. So just stitch it and then make sure it's run, stitch it past the place, the opening, stitches longer than the opening. Do the same thing on the other side as well. We are stitching the edge now to just to tack the zipper. So the next thing we have to do is we will then stitch it properly as it's supposed to be. So now just run it straight, stitch it straight. And now open it. So open the zipper now, so that we'll be able to stitch it very well, properly. So open it like this and make sure the opening is longer than the open the zipper. Make sure it's longer than the opening where we started the stitches here. Pull it inside like that, and can start from here. Open the zipper and stitch is very close. Make sure it's very close to the line. Make stitches very close to the zipper line, and please don't let the stitches fall on the line, please, so that it will not spoil the zipper. So do the same thing to the other side, and make sure you start from at least from where the opening started, so that the zip will be to close. Let's run stitches straight. That is it. Wow. So now let's close it and see the results. And just close it here a bit. So as you are stitching it, as you are sewing it, make sure you are cutting the thread. So this is what make your work to be very neat. So just turn it inside like this and bend it inward again. Then you stitch the tip to hold it down. Just stitch it. That is it. Do the same thing to the other side. You can see that the zipper is here, is of essence. So now just bend this inward and turn it like this and make the stitches. Tack it here. Tack it properly. Now let's see the results. Please let me hit on the like button for the video. So now you can see it. You can see that how close it is. So that is it. After we iron here, it will relax. So relax properly after ironing. So just cut the excess. Just cut the excess. So now the next thing to do is to sew the side, is to stitch the side of the dress. So very big thanks to you for watching to this level. So now the next thing to do is to stitch the side of the sleeve where the armhole will be. So now consider I've weaved the side, so you weave this other side as well. So then join the two together and lay it like this. Lay it like this. So after you lay it like this, then you have to measure whatever you want the sleeve to be, the opening to be. So here now I'm using 9 inches, then 1.5, so 1.5. So just notch it inward up to 1.5. Same thing to this one as well, up to 1.5. So you have to apply hemming gum. So you have to apply hemming gum to hold the side. So now this is the original hemming gum that I was talking about, and this is how to use it properly. So if you don't know about this hemming gum, you can check the video on my channel. It's how to use the original hemming gum. So now that is it. Then you have to open the paper. Don't need to first sew it on the dress, so just bend it inward like that. So this hemming gum is a very okay, it adheres to material perfectly well than the normal hemming gum. So if you're having challenges with the hemming gum you are using, I advise you buy this type of hemming gum, and you won't have a opening at the side or at the down part of your kaftan when you use this hemming gum. So they sell it at Oshodi, so that's the place that I normally buy it. If you are not in Lagos, so you can as well contact me if you need it, so I can know how to make arrangements and send it for you if you don't mind. So you can as well see it at Oshodi and Highland, depend on your location. So after you press it like that, we apply hemming gum like that. So you have to stitch this side straight down. So now make sure you stitch here very well, so that you will not be losing later when the person is using the dress. So now stitch it straight down, just straight. Just stitch it very straight. Make sure your hand is very straight, so you don't need to shape this side. So just stitch it straight, then do the same thing on the other side. We are almost finished with the dress. So after we stitch here, the next thing is to put the band. So on the band, please, I want you to see one thing that is very important on the band, please, so that you will have a perfect dress. So now this is it. Just knit all the thread like this, and now this is the band. The band is 3 inches or 3.5, depending on how you want it. So this is the one thing that is very important. So apply hemming gum. This is a normal hemming gum we all use. So apply it at the middle. So when you press it like this, it will make the tip of the band to relax and lay very well. It will make it look very nice and smart. So that tip will be very sharp, so it will not be folding. So when you apply it like that, so now that's how to fix it. So now place it on the material and leave a little space in between the tip, the edge, and your stitches, so you can see the space that I leave. So just stitch it straight, And when you're applying the hemming gum, don't make the hemming gum to get to the edge of the material. Yes, of the material for the band. So don't make it the material to be up to the edge, the hemming gum to be up to the edge. So just stitch it straight like that. And after this, we are through with the dress. So just stitch it straight down and see how I'm going to stitch the edge here. So you have left the two parts. So now you have to join the both edge. So just hold it like this and sew it with a 1/2 inch. So assuming the band is longer than the dress, you can just cut it, and it's advisable you make the band to be longer than the dress, so that you will be on a safer side, and the band will not be shorter than the body. So now you have to stitch it again, just to hold the middle we have not stitched, and wow, that is all. You are just to weave that tip, and that is all. You are through with the kimono. So please, if you enjoyed this video, help me hit the subscribe button so that you'll be notified whenever I drop an amazing video like this again. More video on this type of dress are still coming. So now please, before we go, there's a one thing we have to do before we finally round up. So it's to fix this thing. So it's to fix this on the down part. So after you have bent it like this, so just fix it. So stitch it like this, and I think this is the last thing we have to do. So I've already forgotten. So then you have to fold it on it again. Run it straight and leave like a quarter, 0.2 to the tip before you stitch it. So now just run it straight, and then please, I'm still coming up with a lot of this type of design, different type of design, so you can't afford to miss anyone. So that's why I'll do advise to put on your notification bell so that you will not miss any part of the training. So I really thank everyone for being part of a Noble T Fashion channel, and a thank for everyone for making the Noble T Fashion channel so up to 5,000 subscribers. Yes, the family is now up to 5,000 subscribers. So a very big thanks to the family. I do appreciate everyone for the comments, like, and the word of commendation. Still expect a lot more. So there are still a lot in load from this which we gain from this channel. So all my advice is just to keep up with the channel and make sure you join the Telegram group so that you will stay updated. So I have a WhatsApp group as well, but it filled up, so that's why I come up with a Telegram group. So that is all, and we are through. So please, when you try this and whatever the result you get is, please don't hesitate to get back to me on the Telegram group. Thank you and stay blessed.